What's up, guys? This is Corey with the Dirt City Gym, back with another video for y'all today. So today, or this morning actually, we've got our first look at set 7. So really cool stuff. I just wanted to take some time and kind of go over everything that we've actually seen, and just kind of discuss it, things that I think that are interesting, just kind of speculate a little bit and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so over on the Dragon Ball Super webpage, they've got all this information there. If you want to go look at it yourself, feel free. I just kind of want to go over it. So first up, we got our designer notes. So the name of the block, or this set at least, is going to be Assault of the Saiyans. So we'll kind of go over everything that they've got here. Hello everyone, we've introduced the first volume of our designing notes on Series 7 today. Introducing Series 7, Assault of the Saiyans. This new set heavily features Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z, Super, and Xenoverse. With this new block, we're hoping to give players new themes that are easy to grasp and use and play, so that a wider audience can enjoy DBS CG. Series 7 marks the beginning of a new block called the Infinite Unity, excuse me. This is where multicolor cards will really start to shine, bringing new strategies both for play and deck building. We hope you enjoy it. Up until now, we've been making themes for each individual color, but since multicolor cards are involved, each theme now has 2 colors. Alright, so in our green-red theme, we've got Saiyan Saga, which is really cool. That's going back, obviously, you're talking about Nappa, Raditz, Vegeta, all that kind of stuff, really the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. And then also red-green has Broly Saga, and so this is OG Broly, not Broly BR. It'd be interesting to see, maybe they include some Broly BR stuff in there, but I'm thinking this is just legit old-school Broly. Blue-yellow has the Future Trunks Saga. So this is the Future Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. So this is with Zamasu and Goku Black and all that kind of stuff. And then yellow-blue also has Universe Survival Saga. So this is the Universe 6 tournament with Kaba and Champa and all those guys. And then in black is the Dark Demon Realm Saga. And so finally today we're looking at what you can expect from green, red, yellow, from green, red, blue, yellow, and black, and then next week they'll get some more stuff going. So first up in the green, red is the Saiyan Saga. So kind of what they're going with, what it seems, is more like aggression. If you know from the multicolor cards that we got released in the expansion pack, you're looking at Gogeta and the Broly. Those are pretty aggressive with a rival and things like that. So this first card that we have revealed is Son Goku and Piccolo, Budding Friendship. So it's a two cost, 1 red, 1 green. It's a 1,000 combo, which is good that they're keeping all of these multicolored cards as a 10,000 combo. We wouldn't want those to be where they're free 5k combos, because that makes like a rival and things like really easy to pull off. You'd only need to combo 1 red-green card and then have that to play. So I like that a lot, that they're keeping these so far. So energy exhaust, like all of them. And then he's got Alliance red-green, and so Alliance is whenever the card attacks, you can tap red-green cards in your battle area, and then he gains the power equal to whatever their power was. So he can get pretty big pretty quick. And whenever this card gains power equal to the total number of the cards switched to rest mode by the skill for the duration of the battle. And if you switched a Son Gohan Youth card to rest mode, using this skill, draw 2 cards, and this card gains critical for the duration of the battle. So probably ideally with this, you're only ever doing this like turn 2, turn 3. There's probably going to be a 1-drop Son Gohan Childhood that you can activate with this. And that's probably really only what you're going to do. So I wouldn't imagine him ever getting higher than like 15k early. And then you probably get killed off after that. But being able to tap a Gohan to give him plus 5k and critical and draw 2 is just really, really strong. So it's really cool stuff there. Moving on into more green stuff, we have our first look at a new leader. We've got our Raditz leader. Everyone's been kind of excited for the Raditz stuff. We don't know what his front side does. We only have access to the back side right now, so there's a little bit of speculation going on there, but he is a green leader. They've not revealed like pure multicolored leaders yet. So Raditz Brotherly Hate, 15k auto. Whenever this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in their warp. So this is really good. This is hand destruction. It's different from hand destruction that we have right now. Whereas this gets around Tau, because Tau specifies if they discard a card. With this, just sends it to the warp. This gets around that, which is cool. And he's got the activate main once per turn. Choose up the one red or green sand card in your battle area, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Again, really strong stuff there. One of the real quick combos is the 2-drop Trunks from the anniversary box, that whenever he gets boosted power, he draws a card. So you can do this. Important to note that he does not draw cards whenever he swings. That's kind of going into a trend right now. They're doing this with a couple different leaders. We saw this with the Toa leader from the anniversary box as well. I think his effect, being able to neg your opponent a card, is really strong. As opposed, I don't ever really feel like Toa has a lot going for her. But I'm really excited about this Raditz, especially because he is red-green, or he is green. So there's a lot of already hand destruction in that green, which they're continuing that trend. Important to note, since it does deal with red-green, something to look at right off the top is Veggies. Veggies is something that could potentially work really well here with Raditz. Moving on, we got a new card for the green. So this is Vegeta the Cruel. So he's a 3-drop 1 green. Counter attack, play this card. Or counter play, excuse me, play this card. Permanent, if there's a multicolor card in your energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So you can play it for 2. And then auto, whenever you play this card during your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less, KO it. Then your opponent chooses one card in their hand and sends it to their warp. So again, more hand removal, board removal at the same time. As a 2-drop, that's not too bad. Since it is a counter play, you can almost effectively use it as a negate. If they play something big, you can go 2, play Vegeta, kill it, and then make them warp a card from their hand. So really good stuff there. Overall, really good card. Moving on, we've got the Future Trunks Saga, blue-yellow. We've got our blue leader here. So it's Son Goku and Vegeta. So he's permanent. If your life is at 4 or less, this card gets plus 5,000 power during your opponent's turn, which is really cool to see. You don't have to flip to stay at a 15k on defense. Auto, whenever this card attacks, draw 1 card. It's really good. Activate main. If you have 4 more energy, choose up to 1 blue Son Goku and 1 yellow Vegeta card in your hand with energy cost of 2 or less and play them. You can only play Trunks Future and Vegeta cards for the duration of the turn, and you can't activate this skill for the duration of the game. So this is a really quick way to get into Vegito fusions. This is similar to the Vegito card that we got in the anniversary box, except this is on a leader and we don't have to pay energy for it. It's just a once per game effect, which is really cool. It is limited to, it specifies a 1 blue Son Goku and 1 yellow Vegeta, so you couldn't go into like Saiyan Duo and put those into play. Another thing that's interesting is it doesn't mention anything about negating their skills, whereas that Vegito card from the anniversary box negated their skills, so that's really cool there. And then Awaken, whenever your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card and flip this card over. So he's not an untap at all leader, which is interesting. They're doing a little bit interesting stuff with Awakening, which I think is cool. This may be a limiting factor for him, we'll see how that goes. But then on his Awaken side, so he's Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Energy Eruption. He's got an auto, whenever this card attacks, draw a card. Auto, once per turn, when you combo with 1 or more battle cards with a combo cost of 1 in your energy area, using a skill, choose up to one of those battle cards, and when the battle ends, the chosen card is returned to its owner's hand instead of being placed in its owner's drop area. So obviously this tells us some interesting things, that we're going to have some different kind, that we're having some stuff that interacts with our energy and all that kind of stuff, so that's really cool. Being able to combo with stuff from our energy area, so that's interesting to see how that's going to work. The really cool thing is that it goes to our hand as opposed to going to the drop. This is a once per turn, so obviously we'll have to see what more of these cards are. They're going to interact comboing from the energy area, which is really cool. But he draws when he attacks, so that's good. That keeps him on the positive side there. Moving on, we've got some Goku Black and Zamasu stuff. So first up, we'll look at this Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, Inviting the Darkness. So he's a 3-drop 1 blue. He's got Barrier. He's a 10k auto. Whenever you play this card and your leader card is a Goku Black or Zamasu card, add the top card of your deck to your energy. Really strong there. That's like a Whis effect, except it only costs 3 to do that. But then he's also got the auto, whenever you play this card and your leader card is a Goku Black or Zamasu card, at the end of your opponent's next turn, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If that card is a battle card, place it in your opponent's energy in rest mode. Otherwise, draw 1 card, then your opponent shuffles their deck. So really cool. We'll get to the leader here where this has some interaction, but just being able to ramp on your turn and then potentially you're ramping your opponent, which sounds bad, but there's a reason for it, which we'll get into in just a second. But if it doesn't ramp them, you're still being able to see what their next card is, or you're not actually because it's shuffling, but then you get to draw a card, so it's really cool there. He's got barriers, so he can kind of sit out and chill out for a little bit. And what this works up to is the Zamasu leader. So this is the back side again. We're not seeing the front side, so they're kind of being cagey on that kind of stuff, but this is another blue leader. Fuse Zamasu Supreme Strike. Auto, whenever this card attacks, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 blue or yellow Goku Black or Zamasu card among them and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Auto, when this card attacks a leader card, this card gets minus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, which is really interesting. Then activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 8 or more of energy, you choose up to 4 cards from your opponent's life and place them at the bottom of their deck in any order. That's an incredibly strong effect. It's very specific, but it has an incredibly strong effect. And then activate main once per turn. For 1, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. So a lot of stuff here to digest. First off, I'm glad that they're keeping Zamasu on his bullshit. Zamasu's always had like really interesting effects. Obviously our set 2 Zamasu I still think is one of the most interesting leaders in the game. So I'm glad to see that they're continuing that trend to keeping this Zamasu incredibly interesting in what he does. Really definitely interested to see what the front side ends up doing. But let's kind of break this down. So whenever he attacks, you get to search for the top 5, which is really good. You can find Goku Blacks and stuff, and it's not restricted on attacking a leader, just whenever he attacks. But then he's got the auto, whenever he attacks a leader, he gets minus 5k for the turn. So kind of what this tells me is that the way they're trying to have you build this deck is once you get your opponent down and once you flip, you're not trying to give your opponent cards from life. You're still able to get his first effect, so you're effectively drawing. It's not an actual draw. He doesn't get an actual draw, but by attacking at a 10k to a 15k leader, you're not pressuring your opponent, which is kind of dragging the game out, which is kind of what I feel like they're trying to do with this. And then his activate main once per turn effect, if they have 8 or more energy, to choose 4 of their life and put it at the bottom of their deck. That's incredibly strong. That finishes the game right there. If you can ever get that off, typically speaking, that's going to win the game. Obviously, we saw with the 3-drop Goku Black, we've got ways to accelerate energy on your opponent's turn. So definitely interesting to see. You'd have to imagine there's going to be more cards that are similar to this that will accelerate energy on your opponent's side of the on the board to make this where it's a more reliable effect. Obviously, they don't want to make it happen super quick, but there's got to be some more cards that interact with this. I think this is super interesting. We've seen cards that like hated ramp before, whether it be Dende or things like that. This just low-key like absolutely hates ramp. Obviously 8 energy is still a lot to get to, but if you're dropping these Goku Blacks like turn after turn, you're putting your opponent on the clock, and especially if you're not pressuring their life, you're kind of extending the game. You're not giving them access to their cards. If you're able to flip early, I have to actually go back and read the Zamasu from the anniversary box because that might let him flip early as well. So if that's the case, that's really what they're kind of going for, not letting your opponent awaken. So really interesting there. And then finally, the activate main once per turn for 1 energy. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to their hand. This is similar to the Gogeta BR effect, except this is only once per turn as opposed to the other one was just an activate main. But this does it for 1, so you're able to board control a little bit there. So really, really interesting stuff. I love just everything about the Zamasu leader. I think Zamasu's always been like a really cool archetype. I'm really glad to see that they're giving it some more support and new leaders and things like that. Alright, moving on, we've got our black stuff. So they mentioned in here that blacks is going to be kind of limited in this set. There's not going to be a lot of, there's no SRs, I believe. No leader or anything like that, so they'll just get a little bit of support. But the card that they are revealing right here, Toki Toki City, is incredibly powerful. So it's a 1-drop field card. Auto, whenever you play a battle card, using Overwhelm, place the top card of your deck underneath this card, and then activate main. Choose 3 cards under this card and send them to your warp. If your leader card is a black battle card, if your leader card is black, excuse me, battle cards you play using Overwhelm aren't sent to the warp until at the end of this turn. So basically, kind of the issue with a lot of the black leaders was board control. They were wanting to use all these overall effects, so you weren't able to like really establish a board. This fixes that, especially with Demigra, who's able to overwhelm twice a turn with Wormhole. You're able to build this up pretty quickly, and obviously the combo that they instantly show on here is with the Anniversary Box Fu, the Dark Banisher. So whenever he comes into play for 4 energy with 8 cards in drop and Toki City's in play, he just sits. So it's incredibly powerful. I think this card specifically, the Toki City, makes Jamigra infinitely more playable than it's been ever. So it's really cool to see that they're giving him some support. Moving on, we've got one more additional Black Battle card, so it's Super Saiyan Trunks. It's just a vanilla 20k for a 2-drop. The interesting part on it, it's a 0-0k combo. I think they're doing this just simply because of Kid Goku. They didn't want to give him more tools here. I don't know if they realized that was kind of maybe a little bit too powerful or what, but so obviously you're never really going to play this in the Kid Q type deck, but I think that's probably why. Alright, so that's all for this. Let us go into some more stuff that we've gotten revealed. So first up, we got the Expert deck. So normally we get 1 starter deck. This set we're getting 2. So they're branding them Expert deck, and then normal starter deck. Expert deck is intended for players that are a little bit more knowledgeable in the game. They are saying that it's pretty much playable right out of the box, tournament ready. Obviously we'll see how that actually ends up. But this also comes with a booster pack, so that's pretty cool. It is Universe 6 themed. It's blue-yellow. There's a couple new cards here that we can kind of see. Obviously, they are getting smarter and not revealing the text on these cards, which they've kind of gotten in trouble for before because we could break it up. We know our leader is Kaba on the front, and it's Vegeta and Kaba on the back. It's a yellow leader, it looks like. And then some of the cards that we see, we got a Vegeta, we got Champa. This looks like Kale, a yellow Hit, a yellow Kaba, Caulifla, Vegeta and Kaba card. Here's some extra cards here that are kind of covered, but we do see a Senzu Bean reprint, which is really cool, and a Time Magic reprint, which again is really cool. And then moving on down here, we just got some Kabas and Cauliflas and all that kind of stuff. So really cool stuff there. We'll see some more Frost, it looks like, as well. Interesting here to see how these Universe 6 cards interact with the Veggie engine. And the other thing I'm interested to see if these are tagged as Universe 6. That's how they're promoting them as Universe 6, but it's interesting to see if they get that tag. I'd expect not, but we'll see. So here we get a little bit more of a better look. So there is a Frost card there. He's blue-yellow. There is a Planet Sadala, so we got a field card that's blue-yellow as well. Yeah, so really cool stuff there. Let's see, do we got anything else down here? No, just more of the same kind of stuff. So we'll move over to the other starter deck. So this is more geared towards the newer players and everything like that, your traditional starter deck. You'll notice it is a little cheaper. This one is MSRP $11.99, whereas the other one was $15.99, I believe. But this one doesn't come with a pack. So this one is red-green. That's what it looks like. Yes. Same kind of thing. We got some old school cards in here. The leader looks to be King Vegeta, which is cool. We've got some green Raditz and Vegeta. Some red-green Gokus, Kaioken Gokus, looks like a field card. Reprints of Sand Kaba and Full Power Energy, not as good as the other reprints that we got, but that's not too bad. Quick Rush Trunks there. Digging Deep Vegeta and After Image, so that's not too bad. And then Super Combo there. Looks like a extra card there. Let's see if we can get a better look at some of these. So King Vegeta's Dynasty. Vegeta Royal Prince, can't quite read that because of all the shimmer. And then Raditz Earth Invader, so really cool stuff there. Let's move on over to the actual booster pack page. This is just kind of going over. We got Nap over here, Raditz over here. It's just all the Saiyans, really. So here's some more kind of good cool cards to kind of look at. So we got Meteoric Energy Kefla. She's blue-yellow. We got Son Gohan, Son Goten. It looks like Goku in the back there. That's red-green. We got Fuzamasu Divine Providence. Is a blue-yellow. And then we got Meteoric Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which is blue-yellow as well. This, again, is just kind of covering over the color breakdown for everything that we already kind of went over. And then here we get some really cool stuff. So I don't know if these are like a special type rarity, Infinite Saiyan rare. So yes, it's a new rarity. So we've got a Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, which is all yellow. We've got a Super Saiyan 3 Broly, which is green. A Super Saiyan 3 Nappa, which is really cool. He's red right there. His beard's all yellow. We got a Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, and then Super Saiyan 2 Zeno Goku right there. And then again, they're going back into the sign cards, going over because this will be the 2-year anniversary. So we have these. Let's see, I don't know if these are going to be SRs or what, but we've got a Vegito, a Gohan, a Trunks, and a Hit. So it's really cool there with all the voice actors' signatures. And then we've got our dash packs. In our dash packs, we got Energy Volley Gogeta, Trunks Hope of the Saiyans, Overwhelming Energy Broly, and then Vegeta Master's Temperament, maybe? Oh yeah, because there's Cop in the back. So we can already tell that this Broly's BR and this Gogeta is BR as well. So we are getting some support there. Kind of interesting to see what these do. Another 6-drop Broly that can kind of interact with that chain. So that is all that. So now we're going to get over into some images from the trailer. Kind of just go over some cards that they revealed. Just more of a look. We got a red-green Vegeta. We got the Kefla, the Vegeta we've already seen. We've already seen that Gohan and Goten. Here we're back into red-green. So we've got, there's Raditz, a red Raditz. We got a green Nappa with a Cyberman. I bet if that's just a Cyberman card. There's a Goku. There looks like a Raditz extra card, maybe. Red Goku, and then that red-green Vegeta that we've already seen. So now we're getting into the red. So our Broly leader of this set is red, which is really cool. It'll be interesting to see just kind of how he interacts with the old school Broly stuff. We got a green Broly. Obviously they want him to play red-green. This looks like a red Broly extra card. We got Goten Trunks. Looks like Videl. Some cool stuff there. This is yellow-blue. We got the Zamasu we've already seen. The Vegeta we've already seen. There's another Goku Black Zamasu card. Moving on into here. So there's another Frost. Botamo and Magetta, I believe those two guys are called from Universe 6. And then we got Hit, Kaba, and Kefla. This is kind of an overarching image of just like a lot of cards that are in the set. Just kind of wanted to cover some of the cool ones that we saw here. Over here we see some Piccolos. Let's see, there's a Whis card that looks like a Whis. There's Mai. There's Gohan. There's more Cybermen. There's Broly. There's a Raditz extra card. Looks like a Vegeta extra card. 2 Vegeta extra cards, what it looks like right there. There's some Masu. There's a dinosaur. Some Goku Black type extra cards. All in all, really cool stuff. And then finally here's just another bigger image of the signed cards to kind of look at. So all in all, a lot of really cool stuff. I know people were really wanting Raditz. We got him. We got Nappa as well. Super Saiyan 3 Nappa, because we needed that. But all in all, I'm really excited. I know people are kind of bummed out that there is a lot of more exclusive cards, whether it be the starter decks or whatever it is. But I mean, that's just kind of the name of card games, guys. That's kind of what it is. But all in all, I'm super excited for Set 7. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm really excited about the multicolored stuff. I've been kind of prepping for multicolored cards for quite a while, actually. I mean, it's just kind of the natural progression of where they go. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think about Set 7 down below. Let me know what cards you're more excited about and all that kind of good stuff. And we will see y'all next time.